Hello Internet, Sir Mutton Chops here, and welcome back. And, well, as you can see, we're in Lower Guck this time. Yeah, I know I promised that there would be some Soul Dungeon B footage to come, but, well, I guess I'm a liar. Just not into the whole continuity thing. But, no, to be honest, I was reviewing some of the footage from there, and it just wasn't, all it was cracked up to be honest. Just really didn't have the entertaining quality that I was looking for. We had somebody come by and power level us, and I don't know, it was kind of boring, to be honest. There will be other footage in the future from, well, Bats, Beetles, and Beyond, and everything else, so that's something to look forward to, I think. But for right now, it's going to be Lower Guck, and of course, it's going to be death. This was literally the first video in my Lower Guck file. It was the very first one at the top, and I went and I looked at it, and I just face palmed. Now, what happened there was I had Feign Death working, right? But apparently, if you're ducking, it doesn't work. And I'd been knocked back into the corner by spells and by melee mobs. So I failed. I failed miserably, and I died. And I hate myself. It was a very bad moment for me, and I don't even know if I got a res for that. I don't think I did. I may have, but I doubt it. And as you can see here, I'm pulling the Arc of Mage, but I got to get this straggler out of the way first. Resisted the Mage's spell, the Mage's nuke first. That was some good luck. That would have really screwed me over. And then I resisted this one's nuke, so I'm doing pretty okay, but I got this root on me, and that just is a total biatch. I probably should have let my group mates know that they could come over here and tag this off me, but didn't have the wherewithal. But luckily, hit point did. He's going to come over here and go ahead and whack the mob, and I'm going to go ahead and drag him back over now that the root is done with, and I've thoroughly embarrassed myself by taking a little too long. But we're going to get him nonetheless. We're going to kill him. They hit pretty hard, even the casters. I resisted the root there. That's pretty nice. Would have been nice earlier, though. But, yeah, got a nice nuke there. Just shoves you right in the corner, just like I did earlier. So beware of that. Go into your settings. Turn off auto duck. It'll save your life. In one freak incident, it really will save your life. That was a total fluke, but yeah, it sucked. It really did suck. I did not like that moment. But we're going to be continuing on with this. We're going to be doing kind of a trifecta. The Ghoul Lord, I believe it's called, is up further into this zone. And then there's the Reanimated Hand, who's to our left from this position. I don't know what the cardinal direction would be, but if you look on Alakazam or whatever site has the maps, the wikis, you'll be able to see very easily that this is a bit of a triangle. You can actually do all three of these if you have a good enough group. Now, it's important to note that we do not have a cleric in this group. Hit Point is our Shadow Knight. Tambourine obviously is our Bard. Tins is our Necromancer, and then Trisol is a Druid. So we don't have really great heals here. I was pretty surprised looking back at this footage that we did as well as we did. That said, there were quite a few deaths, but nothing, maybe 100 platinum for a resurrection doesn't fix. But that said, we do pick up a rogue here soon enough, I believe, and then we just start rocking because we got enough DPS not to really worry about having to get heals. We'll have some spot heals, patch heals, we'll be fine, and hopefully we'll get some good loot here. This guy usually drops the leggings. I don't want to give everything away, so I'm just going to kind of leave things alone. I have a tendency to just go ahead and spill the beans, and everybody is just like, oh, well, why should I watch anymore? You've pretty much ruined it for me. It's like a movie or a basketball game or something. It's one of those people that spoils them. I don't do that, but I guess it's similar, so I'm just not going to. But anyway, yeah, we're doing pretty good here. You'll notice that throughout this footage, Hit Point has a good enough gauge of my lack of skills that he does a lot of things that I now notice. He'll reposition himself so that I'm behind the mob, that way I don't get reposted and take on more damage. He does a lot of different little things like that, and he helps me out. It's pretty funny. He doesn't judge. He's not judging me. He's not saying, hey, you suck at playing this game. He knows what he has to work with, so he works with it. He accommodates, you know. It's like evolution. He works with whatever he has to, but yeah, I'm learning. That's the important thing. He's got a shield up right now, and that is really saving our arses because it's interrupting the spells. It's a very nice skill that Shadow Knights have, is the ability to bash. But anyway, I won the drop here. Now, we just got the leggings, unfortunately. They're the common drop, but hey, I won them, so And there goes my throat. 1 second. Wow. I don't know what that was, and it's still in my throat, so it was a frog. Wow, I think I'm gonna die. I don't even know where that came from. The frogs still want me dead, apparently. But, yeah, my eyes are all watery now. Wow, that was crazy. It'd be horrible if, like, I died and I was recording, and then, like, somebody came along and was like, well, we found your son's body here, you know? And then they check the recording, and it's like, you know, me basically self-deprecating. But as you can see here, I just survived two massive nukes, one for 774 and the other one for, what was it, like 300, 400? I didn't get the chance to see it there, but pretty crazy. I am surprised I lived through that. Now the Lord isn't up. We were trying to clear the placeholders, and to not very great effect. As you can see here, Hit Point is now going to try because he has more hit points and more cheese pickles, by the way. I like cheese and I like pickles, but I don't know if I'd like them together, united as one. I'm not judging, I'm just saying I don't think they'd be really good. Or maybe it's like pickled cheese curds is what he's trying to say, or I don't know what. That kind of baffles my mind. It's like a koan, you know? What's the sound of one hand clapping? What is a cheese pickle? I don't know. But yeah, he died there, and I was kind of curious as to whether or not I should try to tag it off them. I didn't know. And then I tried to go ahead and do it myself, and I died. So we had to buy some reses from Healin here, and we're going to try to get right back into the thick of things. I don't know where these guys are fighting. It's off to the side of where we are, so it's at the very bottom, but I don't know where this is. They're having a pretty much a difficult time as well. It looks like they have a smaller group, but they're obviously higher level than us, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But yeah, I can't really help them here because I still have res effects on me, so I'm pretty useless. Otherwise, I would have tried to do something, but looks like they've got a monk there who has one of the, what's the Mask of Deception, or whatever that, the Guise of Deceiver. So it was like the Mask of Deceiver, Guise of Deceiver. One of them, the earlier one that you can loot, that you used to be able to loot on this server, allows any class to be able to use it. So if you see a monk with the illusion of Dark Elf, that is because he's a boss and he was able to get one of the nice masks early on. He's probably somebody who's been on this server for a long time, or else he bought the character. So yeah, it's either one of those two things. But it would be kind of cool to have that on my monk. But I don't know. None of the Dark Elves have a lot in the way of facial hair, so I'm not really bummed out about it. But anyway, we're going to go over here to the Reanimated hand. We're doing this whole Trifecta thing, the whole triangle, I don't know what, strategy. There's these spawns that we have to get, so we're going to try to get them. They all drop something. I think the Ghoul Lord drops, oh god, it's a helm. I forget what the name of the helm is, but it's pretty good. I think I'll link it in the description below, or I'll just link the specific mobs, and then you can look at what they drop. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and lay to waste this Reanimated hand. Now, he drops the Adamantite band, or the Addy band, as the hipsters would call it. Actually, I heard somebody say that for the Adamantite club. They were calling it the Addy club, and I just thought it was pretty cool, so I'd hop on board and do that, because it was very hip to do. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not a hipster. I promise you. I'm just not. I'm too broke, to be honest. I'm too broke to be a hipster. That is something that I will probably never do in my life. But I do bump into them a lot. I wonder what a hipster would play on Everquest. Would they play a bard? No, they wouldn't play a bard, because that would be too difficult. It takes too much skill to do all that. I don't know. All that twisting would be too much. I don't want to say a specific class, because then you'll get angry. Like, well, that's not what we do, boy. We're not hipsters. And apparently you all are truckers from the south. Yeah, that's how I envision everyone that I play with in Everquest. I envision them to be truckers with kind of a southern drawl. Yeah, that's a nice image in my head. Yeah, now that I've entirely offended everyone, or maybe nailed it on the head, I don't know. It's possible. It's entirely possible that a trucker out there that plays Everquest and watches my videos. In which case, hello. Anyway, I was saying the Addy ring here, the Addy band, has plus 75 hit points. It's a pretty good item for any alts you may have that are low levels, because early on all your resistances don't really matter that much. They're pretty arbitrary. So if you get a hit point increasing item. It's pretty good, especially early on. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and greed roll for it because nobody really needs it. I'm not too sure what else this hand drops. I'm not 100% on loot tables. Not very knowledgeable in that area, but that's all I've ever seen him drop. I've only seen the Addy band. So yeah, well, we're gonna see who wins this. It's not gonna be me. I always slash random anyway if I'm not gonna roll for anything, just to see where my luck is at, because it's like the rectal thermometer for your life to see how things are going. Because I found there's some kind of correlation between my gaming life and real life. For some reason, it just seems to cross over. They both seem to blend together. If I'm having a shitty day in real life, I'm gonna have a shitty day in Everquest. If somebody's really great to me in real life, I meet someone really cool. The same happens in Everquest. A couple days later, it just works out that way. Some strange synchronicity going on there. I don't know, but well, it's strange. It's odd. In this footage, it seemed to be pretty back and forth. It seemed to be like bad things would happen, but then the good things would make up for it. So we kind of broke even. And in the end, I think it was a pretty positive experience in Lower Guck. I've heard of nightmare stories, so ultimately I think this is all good. Now this time they're going to be pulling instead of me. I think they learned their lesson. I actually pulled like 3 or 4 times. We did this for quite a while, several hours, but this is the only footage I had, so we're just going to have to live with that. But Hit Point went ahead and pulled, and look at him repositioning himself like a champ. So I won't get reposted here. I don't even know if purecasting NPCs can repost. I think they can, which is entirely unfair because purecaster player characters can't. It just seems like a total dick move on Varant's part to be able to allow mobs to do that. But yeah, he's kind of stuck there on that ledge, isn't he? Anything to accommodate the noob that I am. But he's going to reposition himself here soon enough so that he's not so precariously perched on that ledge there. And it looks like he falls in, and I'm kind of like, I don't know, baffled because I don't know where he went. But actually, he just turned around. Maybe that was some lag. I have no idea, but it kind of caught me off guard. I thought I was going to have to go jumping in there after him. But we're doing good. We're doing good. We're going to take out this mob here soon enough. I'm pretty surprised how well we're holding up, actually. I think everyone's pretty much focused on taking the mobs out. I think we have enough DPS. And as you can see there, I just dinged, so nothing really feels so great as to ding off of a rare mob that has some fat loots on it. Or potential for fat loots, I should say. We're going to go ahead and clean up here, hopefully not get any more ads. This is a pretty safe area, actually. I heard a lot of people talking about that, saying that a lot of people can camp over here and just log back on. And it's relatively safe for the most part, unless you have somebody come through with a train. But as long as you're not meandering about, this is a pretty good area to kind of position yourself and then look for groups. We did have some people kind of come over here and just sit down and wait. But yeah, that about does it for now. We are going to go ahead and teleport out of here since we didn't get any great loot. It kind of sucked. It really did. We put forth a lot of effort, but at least we got some experience and we did get some drops. They weren't great, but you win some, you lose some. We're going to go ahead and get out of here, all of us, and try for some other areas. I don't know what's coming up next. I didn't actually look. I'll go through my files and see what's further down the line, but thank you all for watching and tolerating my antics. Hopefully the next footage won't involve me dying, at least not early on. But nevertheless, I'll see you all later.